He is the new head boys basketball coach at McDonald High School. He is James Franceschelli, and he joins us on the YSN fan line. James, how are you today, sir? James, you there? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Seriously? Did he leave?
James, he's in his
No.
trailer.
Yeah, he left. Wow. All right.
He's in his trailer up there.
There. Okay. Well, maybe we got him here. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to the phone lines. James, is that you?
Yes, Ron.
Okay. All right. Yeah, good Lord. I don't know what the heck happened with our phones, but that was weird. All right. James Franceschelli, the McDonald boys head basketball coach, joining me and Anthony on the Friday edition of Running Point on YSNLive.com. James, congratulations on getting the McDonald gig.
I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on today.
Hey, I got to ask, because you played for and was an assistant coach under two of the better coaches that we've had in this area in high school basketball. You played at Struthers for Joe Fuline, who right now is helping out with the Mount Union basketball program, who had a very, very nice season. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 kind of wiped out their chances of going far in the D3 tournaments. And you were an assistant coach to the former head basketball coach at McDonald, and Mr. Rasile, Jeff Rasile, who was the longtime head basketball coach at McDonald. What kind of coaching style are you going to have? Are you incorporating anything from those two guys that you played and coached under?
Yeah, Ron, first off, both of those guys mean a lot to me and my family. Coach Fuline has been a mentor of mine since back when I was in sixth grade, and got to play 4 years for him at Struthers. And I actually was his last year when he went into being administration and be a principal. My 2003, that was my senior year. That was his last year of coaching. So we've always had that special bond. I would say we talk 3 to 4 times a week. And being able to bang ideas off a guy like him you don't understand what it really does for someone like me. And then I had the chance to be a head coach at Struthers for 4 years, and talk about a dream come true and all that. And at the time, there were some personal things going on in my life that I needed to get in order. So I stepped away, and that's when Coach Rasile came in. He's been a mentor of mine for a long before me coaching with him. So I banged ideas off of him about pressing and all that stuff when I was at Struthers. And more than just being a mentor of mine, both of those guys are really close friends of mine, and we've built great relationships. And I will incorporate, which is kind of crazy to think about, a little bit of both of their styles and what we'll do. So it's going to be interesting and fun, and I just can't wait to get started in here. And Monday, get to Zoom with our guys and do all that stuff. This is a fun time for me and my family and all that. So I'm really thrilled. And both of those guys mean so much to me, honestly.
Coach, you're in a little unique situation compared to most of the new coaches in the area, where you have been a part of this program. You know exactly what tools you have in the chest. What kind of advantage is that going to bring for you that you come into the gym with these guys as a head coach and you already know exactly what they have and what they bring to the table?
Yeah, and I got to listen to you guys a little bit earlier today, and you guys started talking about Jake Porterlees and guys like that. We have 3 guys coming back for sure that are going to be seniors, and those guys are the reason that you want a job like this. Those guys bent over backwards for me. They reached out to the Board of Education. They reached out to the administrators, wrote letters in support of me. So we got Jake Porterlees, Dom Carquito, and Eli Street all returning. And like you guys talked about earlier, that these guys are really going to be able to step up. People don't understand when you have a player like Zach. Zach is literally a once-in-a-lifetime player in our area. So you're people think just automatically that we're not going to be very good next year. We will surprise people. There's no doubt about that. So I'm eager to get going and start working with these guys. And like I said, when we'll be able to Zoom and do meetings like that, we're going to be able to build relationships before ever getting on the court. It's going to be a good experience for us.
Let me just flat out say this. For anyone to think McDonald's not going to be good this year, check your basketball knowledge at the door and get the hell out of my gym. There is no way McDonald's struggles this year, and I'm not putting any pressure on you at all. I'm just saying there's a whole lot of talent you got on this basketball team that you may not have seen, or that you were so focused on Zach Rasile and the amazing job that he has done for the last 4 years. I think a lot of kids were underneath the radar that are no longer going to be under the radar, and a lot of folks outside of McDonald are going to find out this McDonald basketball team was a lot more and has always been a lot more than Zach Rasile.
Yeah, and you have to give a lot of credit to Coach Rasile and Zach for the time they've put in. It was to be a part of that for 2 years. The memories and all that stuff. Playing in the regionals last year, it's going to carry over for our guys. They understand the work ethic that Zach went through. That didn't happen overnight for him or Coach Rasile, the success that they've had. So that's something that we need to piggyback off of as a staff and as a team, and start believing. Our guys need to believe, and they will, trust me, that we're going to be good, and it's going to be a process. We have a chance to be really good next year. You're right, we do. Things need to fall into place and all that, but and then there's a couple. We got to get some younger guys developed here in a hurry for the years after that. But listen, one thing is for sure, we're going to get to work, and it's going to be nonstop, and we're going to put in the time. And like I said before, I can't wait to be a part of this community. It has so much tradition, and be around the football program, and be around the cross country, and be around everything that is just has winning attached to it. I'm thrilled to be a part of this.
Coach, for any basketball program, but especially a Division IV basketball program in Ohio, you must have basketball below the junior high level and build the program below the junior high level. What are you going to be doing as the head coach? What are some of the ideas that you're going to incorporate to get basketball in McDonald started much earlier than junior high?
Yeah, and listen, that's the key to keeping this thing going and keeping our program where it needs to be. Truthfully, I've already sat down with a couple guys that volunteers that'll be at McDonald at the intramural level. We're gonna try to do some stuff from kindergarten all the way through 6th grade. Now, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade will just be some Saturday clinic stuff. Just getting the guys in the basketball. And listen, I'm a hands-on guy with this intramural stuff. I want to be involved as much as I can, and I want my staff to be involved as much as we can. And then we'll have some 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade travel teams. It's going to be fun, and we got to get back to having fun. That's what these kids need, and I'm going to try to do some virtual stuff here, even with our younger guys in the next couple weeks. Just getting them ready, let them know who I am, even though they already know that, and just building those relationships with everybody.
Coach, we talked to your counterpart, Tony Matisse, earlier on the show, and he was talking about how important summer is for basketball teams. How anxious are you to kind of get into the gym and have a good summer with this team and try to build your starting blocks as a head coach?
Well, first off, congratulations to Tony. I'm so thrilled to be able to work next to him, and he like Ron had said, he's literally a living legend himself. So to be able to bounce ideas off somebody like him and be in the gym with him all the time is going to be great. Summer is so important. He's correct. It really is. It's going to be different, and we're going to have to get some in-home workouts, have some guys film themselves and send us some stuff. But we need to adapt, and this is a time of, it's different out there. So we need to adapt to that and make it work. We got to be ready come God, like we said. Hopefully there is a basketball season, and I truly believe that we have a shot at that. I really do. But who knows when we'll get in the gym for the first time? So we got to be ready for that, and I'll be meeting with my staff over this weekend trying to finalize some stuff and get everything in order here so we're ready to go when that time comes.
the other thing about dealing with a Division IV or a small school, not just Division IV, but any small school, is the fact that you have multi-athletic players. Guys that are going to be on the football team that will transition after football season is over to go play basketball. And I know at Leetonia, a lot of our basketball players play football in the fall, and that's kind of a tough thing to do to get everyone on the same page, especially if you have a football program that makes a deep run in the playoffs like Springfield did last year.
Yeah, and our football team at McDonald is going to be good. I mean, they're going to be really good. But I'll be honest with you, I had a great relationship with Kirk Kuntz when I was at Struthers, working with the football coaches, and I'm a huge football fan. I'll be at every game. My family will. So I'm supportive of those guys, and I know Danny will be supportive of me. And we got to work together. And same with cross country. I need some cross country runners. I need some football players. We need it all, believe me. However we got to work together, we got to do it to make it happen for the school.
We've talked this week a lot about teams like McDonald, the smaller schools, and how important it is for them to go in and schedule some tough teams to really get themselves battle tested up in higher divisions. How excited are you for your non-conference schedule and really getting to challenge these kids?
When I took over here, the schedule was basically already made. The one nice thing we did get to add a game, we were one short, so we added Struthers. So that'll be fun going back there. I teach there. I've grown up there, lived there all my life. Till now, I live in Boardman with my wife and my two kids. And that'll be a great experience for us playing at the field house, hopefully, before we could get to districts. So we were able to add that. And then non-conference-wise, we play Niles, we play Girard. Those are bump-ups for us big time. Division II schools. I mean, we're Division IV. We'll open in the Lisbon tip-off tournament. So we won't know who we play there yet. We'll play 2 days there. So, yeah, it's going to be a grind. Every year's a grind. We know that. But that's the one thing about being a head coach that I really do enjoy is that grind. Every day, being around the guys. I have a 5-year-old son that absolutely loves basketball. So for him to be able to be a part of this, it truly is. And I know Coach Rasile will be turning it off when I say this, but I like to consider my players family. We really do. We put a family on a lot of our shirts and stuff like that. It's got to be. We got to have that close relationship to be able to do what we need to do here.
I love the fact that you guys have forward thinking to the point, okay, we expect to be in the district tournament, therefore give us Struthers, because we want our kids to be on that basketball floor playing a game before we go there in the district tournament. And I think that's such forward thinking, and it's the right thing to do, especially if you have a basketball team that is good enough potentially to be in the district semifinals next March.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, our goal got to be playing for a district championship. I mean, that's our goal from day one. It really is. So being able to go against, first off, I've coached some of those guys at Struthers, and Coach Wernicke does a great job. A lot of people have in the past have thought that there's some animosity between us. There's not. I mean, he took over. He's done a great job. We talk a lot. It's great. I'm excited to be able to go back there. It's not no revenge or any stuff like that. I just want to be able to play in that gym before we get a chance to play on that floor.
Coach, we've already mentioned some of your seniors coming back and some of your upperclassmen, but who are some young guys that people should know the name of before the season starts that might open some eyes and might get some good attention?
Yeah, we'll have 2 juniors that'll be give us some good minutes, and that's Michael and Matthew Porter. They're twins. Some sophomores that are going to have to give us some immediate attention. Greg Constantino, Shane Stoops, Nolan Aguilar, Joey Scourin. Guys like that, we really need to step up. Even maybe some freshmen. We have Wyatt Wolford. His sister plays on the girls' side. She's a great point guard. And maybe even a Zach Schobel. I mean, it's hard to tell who all is going to be playing. You know what I mean? At this point, me just getting hired last night, I haven't had a chance to reach out to everybody yet. Plan on doing that over the weekend here, and then doing our first Zoom meeting as a team on Monday. You know, you hear that these guys are going to come out that are football players that haven't played in a couple years and all that stuff. But until that happens, we're gonna play with who we have, and we'll be ready to go. We really will.
I'm looking forward to seeing how much success you guys have in big games, because I know in the Mahoning Valley Athletic Conference, Springfield is going to be there. Now, Waterloo's graduating most of the kids that had that tremendous season this past year. Western Reserve will be back to normal or somewhat back to normal. You start winning some big games, we're going to start calling you Big Game James.
Hey, I'm ready for that. Listen, the conference, I mean, last year was as good as it's been in a long, long time. I mean, honestly, everybody we played, it was a grind every night. We had Sebring, Springfield, Waterloo. I mean, it was every Lowville. I mean, everybody, it was crazy. And Lowville's going to be good again. They got a lot of young guys and stuff like that. Hey, Ron, you know what else I'm excited about?
What's that?
YSN bringing on Coach Rasile and Coach Higgins for full court press.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with those guys. I can't wait to get Jeff in here. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh God, oh boy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna needle him a little bit, okay? And I'm glad you brought him up. Hey, can you make sure that you shake the guys' hands? Unlike Jeff when he was sitting around talking with everyone, can you make sure that you shake everyone's hands when they're introduced in the starting lineup?
Listen, for you guys, I will make sure that happens. Hey, and we're thrilled. I was talking to our AD, Randy Riccatelli. We are so thrilled to have YSN with the Mahoning Valley Athletic Conference now. It's going to be, I mean, that's a huge step for us, being able to broadcast those games and having you guys involved. And it's going to be, I mean, we're so excited to have you guys on board and be a part of it.
I'm going to tell you what, this is going to be a blast. And just going to that gymnasium, that's such great history in that gymnasium, and you got that conference that you're in with Springfield, Waterloo, Western Reserve. Sebring is always a pain in the backside. Lowville. You're in a great conference, and we are so blessed to have that conference as part of the YSN family.
No, it's going to be great. It really is. Our conference is good, and the coaches are all good, and it's going to be fun, and we're glad to have you guys on board. It's going to be, like you said, hopefully there is a basketball season. That's our main thing right now.
Well, before the season starts, we got to get you back on the air, all right?
Hey, anytime. And like I said, guys, I'm so excited to be a part of McDonald basketball and the community of McDonald. My family, my parents. I mean, we're so thrilled to be involved in this. My wife and kids it's just such a blessing to be able to be a part of this and to have this opportunity from the McDonald administration to do this for them.
Now, there's nothing better than a small town atmosphere where everyone is on board with the student athletes, and when your team is successful, everyone in the town shows up. There's nothing like that. I want that for my alma mater at Leetonia again.
Hey, listen, speaking of Leetonia, Coach Julia is one of my guys. I mean, I love Coach Julia.
You and me both.
I talk to him all the time, and he is just such a good guy. And when he was at Struthers for that year and I was there, we just got to build that relationship, and we still get to talk every now and then. He is such a good guy, and he's doing everything in his power to build that program back up.
Yeah, he sure is, and we're more than happy to have him in Leetonia, that's for sure. James, always a pleasure. Look forward to seeing your team this year, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Ron.
You got it. James Franceschelli, he is the head basketball coach at McDonald.